Have you ever looked at a car sitting quietly in a room and realized you're staring directly at the future? Not a wild, impossible concept car from a science fiction movie, but a real, tangible machine that you can actually put in your driveway today. A car that makes you rethink what you actually need from a vehicle. Welcome back to Crownline Reviews, everyone. Today we are looking at a vehicle that is sending absolute shockwaves through the entire global automotive industry. This is the 2026 BYD Sealion 8, and I am telling you right now, it might just be the most important family SUV of this entire decade. Truly understand why this specific car matters so much, we have to take a quick look at where it came from. Just a few short years ago, the name BYD was mostly known for making the small rechargeable batteries hidden inside your cell phones and laptops. Then they started making electric buses. Then they started making cars. And they did not just make average everyday cars, they started building vehicles that actively challenged the biggest, most established names in the business. They launched their famous Ocean series, starting with smaller, highly efficient cars like the Dolphin and the incredibly sleek Seal sedan. Those cars proved to the world that electric vehicles could be affordable, beautifully styled, and packed with top-tier technology. But let us be honest, the world absolutely loves SUVs. We love having extra space, we love sitting up high above the traffic, and we love the practicality of throwing all our gear in the back. So BYD took everything they learned from the Seal sedan, fixed the minor quirks from the older generations, added a massive dose of family-friendly space, and created this masterpiece, the Sealion 8. It carries the proud legacy of BYD's incredible battery technology, but it packages it in a way that makes perfect sense for everyday, real-world life. It is the evolution of a brand that is moving faster than almost anyone else in the industry. Let us take a really close, detailed look at the specific car sitting right here in the showroom. Just look at the way the light hits it. The first thing that absolutely grabs your attention is the color. This is not just a flat, boring rental car white. It is a deep, glossy, almost ceramic pearl white that catches the showroom lights beautifully. It makes the car look incredibly clean, pure, and highly sophisticated. But what really makes this exterior design pop is the heavy use of contrast. Notice how the entire roof, the window pillars, and the side mirrors are painted in a deep, glossy black. This two-tone effect is a brilliant design trick. It visually lowers the roofline, making this spacious, tall family SUV look as sleek and aggressive as a sports car. Moving around to the front end, you simply cannot ignore those headlights. They are absolutely striking and give the car so much personality. BYD has given the Sealion 8 these massive, glowing C-shaped LED daytime running lights. They frame the front end perfectly and give the car a very distinct, almost predatory face. The way the LED strips are segmented looks almost like the sleek lines of a marine animal, staying perfectly true to that Ocean series naming convention. If you see this car coming up behind you in your rearview mirror at night, you will instantly know exactly what it is. Nestled right in the center is the BYD logo, and yes, it illuminates with a soft, premium glow. Below that, you have this aggressive, blacked-out lower grille and fascia area. Even though electric cars do not need massive grills for engine cooling like traditional gas cars do, this design choice grounds the vehicle and gives it a very confident, planted stance on the road. As we walk around to the side profile, the meticulous attention to detail continues. Look at the door handles. When the car is locked or when you are driving down the highway, they sit completely flush with the bodywork. This makes the car more aerodynamic so it can slice through the wind silently and get better battery range. But when you walk up to the car with the key in your pocket, they smoothly motor out to greet you. It is a little moment of theater, a tiny handshake from the car every single time you get in. And then we have to talk about these wheels. These are massive, multi-spoke black alloy wheels with a beautiful machined accent. They have this intricate, almost turbine-like design that looks incredibly premium. The black wheels, paired with the glossy black wheel arches, tie the whole lower half of the car together. It gives the Sealion 8 a slightly rugged, ready-for-anything vibe, while still looking perfectly at home parked in front of a luxury hotel. Now I want you to imagine opening that solid-feeling door, hearing that satisfying thud and stepping inside. The interior of the Sealion 8 is where BYD really shows off how much they care about the human being sitting inside the car. It is a masterclass in modern, minimalist design that never forgets about actual comfort. The materials are soft to the touch everywhere your hands naturally rest. Seats are plush, deeply supportive, and wrapped in high-quality, breathable materials that feel like they belong in a European luxury car that costs twice as much. Whether you are a young child climbing into the spacious back seat, or an elderly passenger needing a comfortable, supportive chair for a long cross-country journey, this cabin is incredibly welcoming. It is bright, airy, and feels much more like a comfortable, modern living room lounge than the inside of a machine. Right in the center of the dashboard is BYD's famous party piece, the massive, high-definition touchscreen. But it does not just sit there statically. With the simple touch of a button on the steering wheel, the entire screen physically rotates from a horizontal landscape mode to a vertical portrait mode. I know it sounds like a silly gimmick at first, but it is actually brilliant in practice. If you are using the navigation system to find your way through a tricky, unfamiliar city, having a tall vertical map shows you so much more of the road ahead. If you are parked and waiting for the kids to finish soccer practice, You can flip it horizontally and watch a movie in perfect widescreen. The menus are simple, colorful, and incredibly easy to understand. You do not need a computer science degree to figure out how to turn on the air conditioning or change the radio station. It is advanced technology designed specifically to make your life easier, not more complicated. Let us talk about the beating heart of this machine, the specifications that make it move. Underneath the floor sits BYD's world-famous Blade battery. I know battery chemistry talk can get a little dry, but this is incredibly important for your family. The Blade battery is famous across the globe for being incredibly safe. It is designed to withstand extreme conditions, punctures, and crashes without catching fire, which brings a massive amount of peace of mind to anyone putting their loved ones inside. It is also incredibly durable, built to last for hundreds of thousands of miles. As for range, you're looking at roughly 350 to 400 miles on a single charge, depending on the weather and how heavy your right foot is. That means for most normal people, you could drive to work, drop the kids at school, run all your errands, and do it all over again for an entire week without ever needing to plug the car in. And when you do need to charge on a long family road trip, it accepts ultra-fast charging that can get you from 10 to 80% in about the time it takes to grab a cup of coffee and stretch your legs. When it comes to horsepower and performance, the Sealion 8 has more than enough to put a smile on your face. Electric cars are famous for their instant, effortless power, and this SUV is no exception. When you press the accelerator pedal, there is no waiting for a gas engine to rev up, and there are no clunky gears shifting. It just smoothly, silently, and forcefully glides forward. It has plenty of power to safely merge onto a busy, fast-moving highway or to easily pass a slow-moving truck on a two-lane country road. But it is important to note that it isn't trying to be a crazy, neck-snapping race car. The power delivery is tuned for smooth, effortless progress. It is the kind of power that makes driving feel relaxing and confident, rather than aggressive and stressful. So what is it actually like to drive the Sealion 8 in the real world out on the streets? It is, in a single word, serene. When you push the start button, there is no engine noise, no vibration shaking the steering wheel, just a pleasant little welcome chime to let you know the system is ready. As you pull out of your driveway and onto the street, the first thing you notice is the steering. It is light and incredibly easy, making it an absolute breeze to maneuver through tight grocery store parking lots or narrow city streets. But as you speed up and get onto the highway, the steering naturally gains a nice, reassuring weight, so you feel completely stable and in control at higher speeds. Suspension is where this car truly shines and separates itself from the pack. BYD has clearly tuned this SUV to prioritize passenger comfort above all else. When you hit a pothole, a speed bump, or drive over rough, broken pavement, the car just soaks it up beautifully. It does not crash, bang, or shudder. It just glides over the imperfections like they barely exist. It is incredibly forgiving. And because there is no loud gas engine roaring away under the hood, the cabin is wonderfully, peacefully quiet. You can have a softly whispered conversation with the person sitting next to you while driving at 70 miles per hour. You can actually hear the subtle, hidden notes in your favorite music. It literally turns the daily, stressful commute from a frustrating chore into a peaceful, rolling retreat. I want to pause for a second and ask you guys watching right now directly. What is the single most important thing to you when you are shopping for a family car? Is it the advanced safety features, the cool technology, the soft ride comfort, or just how good it looks parked in your driveway? Let me know down in the comments below, because I really believe the Sealion 8 is trying its hardest to answer all of those needs at the exact same time. It is a fascinating balancing act, and I want to know what matters most to you. Let us talk about the honest reality of owning this car day to day. Living with an electric vehicle like the Sealion 8 requires a slight shift in your daily habits, but it is almost always for the better. If you have the ability to install a simple charger at your home, your entire automotive life changes. You wake up every single morning with a completely full tank of electricity. You never ever have to stand in the freezing cold wind or the pouring rain at a dirty gas station again. Daily running costs are a tiny fraction of what you would pay for gasoline. And because electric cars have so few moving parts, there are no messy oil changes, no spark plugs to replace, no transmission fluid to flush. The long-term maintenance is incredibly low. You are basically just rotating the tires and refilling the windshield wiper fluid. It is a car that deeply respects your time and your wallet. But here at Crownline Reviews, we always promise to give you the complete, unfiltered, honest picture. No car on earth is absolutely perfect, and the Sealion 8 does have a few trade-offs that you need to know about. Because the suspension is so heavily focused on providing a soft, cloud-like ride, it is not the most thrilling car to drive fast around a curvy, twisting mountain road. If you are an enthusiast looking for a sporty, aggressive driving experience that makes your heart race in the corners, this SUV might feel a little too soft and disconnected for your tastes. Additionally, while that rotating infotainment screen is visually brilliant, some of the basic climate controls are buried inside the touchscreen menus. Sometimes, when you are driving, you just want a simple, physical button to quickly turn down the fan speed without having to look away from the road and tap a screen. It is a small annoyance, but it is something you definitely have to get used to living with. So what is the final, honest verdict on the 2026 BYD Sealion 8? Who's this car actually built for and who should walk away? This car is purpose-built for the modern family. It is for the busy parent who wants a safe, highly reliable, and incredibly comfortable space to transport their loved ones from school to sports to home. It is for the technology enthusiast who appreciates clever, thoughtful design and loves the idea of a massive, rotating command center. It is for anyone who wants to make the transition to smooth, silent electric driving without sacrificing the massive space and everyday practicality of a traditional SUV. If you want a hardcore, stiff-riding sports car, you should definitely look elsewhere. But if you want a serene, stylish, and incredibly smart daily driver that makes your life easier, this car is an absolute home run. BYD has proven once again that they are not just participating in the global electric vehicle race, they are actively setting the pace for everyone else to follow. The Sealion 8 is a remarkable engineering achievement that blends beautiful, eye-catching design, cutting-edge battery safety technology, and flawless everyday usability into one incredibly appealing package. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this deep dive and found it helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with a friend or family member who might be looking for their next great car. This has been Crownline Reviews. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination, so make sure you always enjoy the ride. I will see you all in the next one.